This is the last lesson for Unit 5. It is part 2 of fraction division. So go ahead and get out your whiteboard marker, and have that journal ready to go as well. Would you number 1 to 3 on your whiteboard? 1 to 3. So you're going to do one of two things. You're either going to put a G if that number is greater. So G for greater. If it's less than, you can put an L. Or if it's equal to. Whoops. Guess I didn't need a double equal sign, but yeah, maybe. Equal to. So if I take number 1 and I take 7/8 times 3, we're going to compare them all to 7/8. So will the answer, if you take 3 times 7/8, will that be greater than 7/8, less than 7/8, or equal to 7/8? Number 2, if I take 7/8 times 2/3, will the answer be greater than 7/8, less than 7/8, or equal to 7/8? And number 3, if I take 7/8 times 1, is my answer greater than 7/8, less than 7/8, or equal to 7/8? Go ahead and write your answer, all compared to 7/8. Is it greater than 7/8, the answer, less than 7/8, or equal to 7/8? Okay, number 1. The answer, because you're multiplying by a whole number, is going to be greater than. 7/8 times 2/3 will be less than 7/8 because you're multiplying by a fraction, which means you're dividing, you're making it smaller. 7/8 times 1 equal to. All right, go ahead and erase your whiteboard. Let's try this again. We need some different colors. All right. 7/8 times 1 3/4. Again, G for greater. L for if it's going to be less than. Or equal sign if it's going to be equal to. Number 1, all compared to 7/8, remember. 7/8 times 1 3/4. So the answer going to be greater than, less than, or equal to 7/8. 7/8 times 2/2. Careful on that one. G greater than, L less than, equal sign. And number 3, 7/8 times 6/7. Will the answer be greater than, less than, or equal to 7/8? All right, number 1, because you're multiplying by a whole number and a fraction, you're actually going to have a number that's greater than 7/8. 7/8 times 2/2 is the same as multiplying by 1. It would be equal to. 7/8 times 6/7, you're multiplying by a fraction, which means division. So when you divide something else, you have less of it. So less than. All right, still on your whiteboard, Jane has 2 pieces of pita bread to share with her friends. If she cuts the pita into 4ths, how many pieces of pita bread will she have to share? Use your fraction circle pieces to help you solve the problem. Here's one way to think about it. How many 1/4 are in 2? Here are my pitas, 1, 2. I'm going to trade one of those in or divide it up into 4ths. Divide this into 4ths because Each pita is divided into 4. So go ahead and draw those 2 circles. Divide them each into 4ths. Now, how many 1/4 are in 2 whole pitas? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She will have 8 pieces to share. Remember, those are 8 1/4 pieces. Still on your whiteboard, I want you to think about fraction division problems. Let's take this first one, 5 divided by 1/3. Sometimes it helps if we think of kind of a story context to go along with, well, what does that really mean? So let's just imagine that flour comes in 5-pound bags. And a restaurant has a 5-pound bag of flour and they use 1/3 of a pound each time they make a batch of pancakes. Dividing 5 by 1/3 would tell me how many batches of pancakes the restaurant can make with that 5-pound bag of flour. One way would be to take and to draw 5 rectangles to represent the 5 pounds of flour, and then split each of those bags into thirds. Remember, they just use 1/3 of each pound each time they make a batch of pancakes. So how many batches can they make? Well, this would be 1 batch of pancakes. This would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They would be able to make 15 batches. Go ahead and erase your whiteboard. Let's just try one more of these before we move into our math journal. So erase that whiteboard. I want you to draw pictures with me, okay? So let's take 4 divided by 1/6. So let's think of it this way. Mrs. Har bought 4 loaves of banana bread to share with all of you. If I cut each of those loaves into 6 equal parts, how many 1/6 loaf servings will I have? So please, on your whiteboard, let's draw 4 loaves of banana bread. I'm dividing each one into 6 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Please do this with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many servings will I have? Well, count them up. I have 6 here, 6 here, 6 here, and 6 here. 6 times 4 is 24. I would have 24 pieces to share with my friends. Let's go ahead and look in our math journal and work through these problems together. We're going to start on page 191. It says for problems 1 and 2, write a number model using a letter for the unknown called the variable. Solve showing your solution strategy. Summarize your work with a division number model. Check your answer using multiplication and write a number sentence to show how you checked. We're also going to draw a picture. Number 1, how many 1/2 pound boxes of nuts can be made from 10 pounds of nuts? Okay, so we're taking 10 pounds, we're dividing them up into 1/2 pound amounts, and that's going to be what we're solving for. Now here we go. Are you ready? We're going to draw 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw them with me in your math journal. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Each of those pounds are divided in half. half a pound each. So how many different boxes or servings can I create? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You don't have to write the numbers. 17, 18, 19, and 20. I can make 20 half-pound boxes. Let's go ahead and write a summary number model now, including our answer, our variable that we solve for. 10 pounds divided in a half a pound per grouping or per bag, whatever, equals 20. Now I'm going to check. I'm going to work in reverse, and I'm going to start with 20. And since I'm working reverse, instead of dividing by half, I'm going to multiply by 1/2. 20 times 1/2, or half of 20, is 10, which is what we started with. Number 2, Darcy has 6 meters of yarn. She wants to cut the yarn into 1/3 meter pieces to make necklaces with a kindergarten class. If she uses all 6 meters of yarn, how many 1/3 meter pieces will Darcy have? So since it's yarn, let's draw a really long yarn piece. We know we need 6 meters, so let's, as best we can, divide into 6 equal sections. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each of those meters is in 3 equal sections. So if I draw 2 lines, it actually equals 1, 2, 3 equal parts. So taking 2 lines divides it into 3 parts. Go ahead and do that. Now let's go ahead and write our number model. We're taking 6 meters of yarn. We're dividing it into 1/3 of a meter to solve how much yarn there will be. So if we count how many equal sections there are, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. She will have 18 1/3 meter pieces of yarn. So let's use that answer to write a summary number model. So we take 6 meters divided by 1/3 meter in each section for the necklace equals 18 pieces in all. Now, checking with multiplication, we're going to take 18, multiply each one being 1/3. 18 times 1 is 18, all over 3. And we know if we take 3, goes into 18 6 times. And that's what she started with. Remember to take pictures of your journal pages and upload to Schoology.